So welcome back. Today's lesson, we're going to go ahead and try to work on adding fractions with unlike denominators. And the first problem we're going to be working will be 3/4 plus 1/3. Now, how we're going to be working this is a little bit different from how it normally is worked out. Always remember that our denominators, once our denominators are alike, then all we have to worry about will be what to do with the numerators. Now, looking at what we have here, the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing our fraction as a unit. In other words, we're writing the 3/4 a fraction. We're writing the 3 because that is the number of units, and this would be our fraction unit, which is fourths. And we're adding that to 1/3. Now, based on what we have here, if we look at our units, we clearly realize that both units are different. So we need to find a common unit so that both fractions can be added. We want to make sure that both denominators, when we are done, are similar so that it's easier for us to add. In order for us to do that, we have to find a common denominator for fourths and thirds. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding multiples of 4 and multiples of 3 that we can match up so we can get one common multiple for both. So we'll have 4, 8, 12, 16. And we're going to stop there to see if we can find one of these as being a common unit or a common denominator. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And I look here, and I notice that a common denominator for both fourths and thirds would be 12s. But what I will not do is I'm not going to write the number 12. I'm going to be spelling the unit 12s. So now we have something common for both. And that would be 12s. So now we've changed the unit for fourths to 12s, and we're also changing the unit from thirds to 12s, and those we're going to be adding. Now we need to find out what did we do with that fourths in order to get that 12s, because in order to make it equivalent, whatever we did with the fourths, we have to do with the thirds, or that 3. So we look now for fourths, and we're matching up the fourths with the actual number to see how many moves did we have to make from 4 to get to 12. That would have been 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Now, because we had to move it 3 times, beside that number, we're going to write 3 times, whatever that number was. And we're doing the same thing for that 3, or that thirds. How many moves did we have to make to get to that 12? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So we're going to be multiplying that 1 times 4. Now, because our units are the same, all we have to worry about now would be our numerator. 3 times 3 would be 9. So whatever answer I get, we'll go and work with that unit. So this would be 9 12s. 4 times 1 is 4. So now our units are the same. All we have to do now would be worrying about our numbers. And the numbers that we have would be 9 and 12. 9 plus 12. I'm sorry, 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4 is 13, and our unit is 12s. How do we write 13 12s as a fraction? That would be 13 over 12, which would be equal to 1 whole and 1 over 12. So let's recap real quickly. The first thing we did was we changed our fraction into its unit's name, which would have been 3/4 plus 1/3. Then we realized that our units were different, so we tried to find a common unit for both fourths and thirds, which ended up being 12s. Now we wanted to also find out what did we have to do with that fourths in order to get to 12, and we realized we had moved it 3 times, thus getting that 3 times in front of that fourths. What did we have to do with the thirds? We moved it 4 times. That's giving us our 4 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. Our units are now the same, so all we have to worry about would be our numbers. 9 plus 4 is 13, and our 12s is our unit. So how do we write 13 twelfths as a fraction? It would be 13 over 12, or 1 and 1 twelfths. How do we get 1 and 1 twelfths? By using our number bond. 13 twelfths would be 12 over 12 and 1 over 12. 12 over 12 being 1 whole and 1 twelfths.